natural gas. Natural gas numbers are going to be coming out. Natural gas, folks, has been moving like in an extraordinary way, up,
Gainer
down,
of the day,
and around.
and that's not even magnificent, as in up 4%. We just looked at it. I mean, can you pull up the chart that you had here, just a little bit longer term? I just wanted to show where even just this week, before we jump in, because we were trading about $3 coming into Friday. And so, I mean, this is the craziness that it had, but even this is a daily, right? Looking at, yeah, that's Monday. So we were trading at around from 299 to 316 on Friday. We're sitting at 352, looking at that February
look
contract.
at that gap higher. The gap higher was extraordinary.
Right? Yeah, that was a gap from Friday to Monday, where we go from basically 299 on Friday, we're trading at 361. And that's 20%. So we're up.
You get an iceberg coming down, hitting the Midwest.
Okay, yeah. Even this morning for Florida, the swings, it said it was 45 where I was. I know it was 38 in certain areas on the other coast of Florida too, and probably maybe a little bit north. But it's going to be almost 70 degrees for us. Huge swings. But that's cold for us, 45 or 30. So, and I think it's going to come back in a few days. So we're looking at February contract. It's about 10:20. We get the numbers at 10:30. We get the contract trading at 351.8. Just even backing it up from, you know, last night we were down there. That's basically 11 o'clock last night. We're trading at 342. We trade all the way to almost 359. Now what's happening here is that this type of movement, some of the spreads aren't lining up too well because they're either lining up what seems to be like at 355 where it just was. And I'll just jump through them real quick. So the 11 a.m.s, there's your 355 is your option, right? So we're right in the middle. And you can take directional trades if you're doing these, but setting up those volatility trades, it doesn't work too well. The noons, similar area, 355. Now what's happening here is we could get...
It'd be nice if we jump up to 355.
That's what I was just going to say. We still have 10 minutes before those numbers come out. And you can make that trade, you know, prior to almost a few seconds practically before before the numbers come out. It might dry up literally within a few seconds just as they make sure that they get the numbers in a fair assessment. So those are the noons. The smaller dailies, 360 becomes your price point, okay, or 340. This would be, you know, you're close to the middle of the spread. And then the dailies, it's going to be a similar where it's 340, or so you can see they don't really line up for the volatility. So we'll see what happens. 352, quite a market, man.
Yeah, so let's just look at this thus far this morning. Put this on here. Okay, so I got volume on here. Gonna get this a little bit closer.
Okay.
So, interesting. Okay, so hey,
what are you thinking?
I'm thinking down. I'm thinking, you know what's going on here?
Downtown, huh?
So what you have, folks, is that you get this huge bar at 20 past 2 yesterday.
Yes.
You know.
And what's the low there? I'm just curious. 336 from 340 being the high. So can I?
Now we'll look at the other side of it. You get another bar at the high. But now, if you're watching Tiger TV,
then you get a bar in the middle.
So this is how when I look at that, the way that I look at it, it says, okay, you still have more volume at the lows than the highs. So at this point, I say, okay, I think the lows first. Sure. But it's strictly a personal deal. Sure. I mean, we need, you know, just go through charts. Okay, what do you think that's going to go? What's the speculation?
So we are getting a little pop as we speak. We're up to almost 353.
Oh, good. Go to 355 and let's see what these numbers are.
Yeah. And
wouldn't that be freaking cool?
You know, so jumping again, you would have your 11 a.m.s. Sometimes we like the noons. There's not that much extra premium that they charge for that extra hour if you're really looking for a move. I'm just jumping around. And now it's going to be 340 would be your option there.
Look at it, it's still moving too.
360 is going to be option there. So let's line up the 12s here as we see. So here's your bullish. You got 20 cents of action to the upside. That's the one that's going to be out of the money. Right, so that's a cheap one. And just putting in context, that's not a bad out-of-the-money trade. No. Okay, if you're really looking for a pop, right? You're risking $11. You ever get a run all the way to 375, but let's just say, you know, every penny is $10. Right. So you could, you know, that's an out-of-the-money option, you know, but a decent trade if you're looking directionally. And the bear side, that's going to be where your intrinsic value is, so 29. And the difference being here that you're selling it at 352. And it's trading at 353.1, so that's where you're. But risk reward wise, not that bad. No, it's not. Again, if with those numbers coming out in a volatile market like that, we'll see what happens.
Together, that was.
that was going to be
40 bucks?
Yeah, and that's where we're 20 ticks into intrinsic value, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
you're paying about the same, and this is where it's pretty cool that you're paying $11 premium here. You're paying a pretty similar premium on this side.
Yeah.
And then you just literally take the intrinsic value that you're looking at.
Right.
As we tick across, the market's moving a little bit, but yeah.
Welcome back, folks. Natural gas stockpiles fell 81 BCF.
There's your headline
numbers,
right there, coming across. I'm clicking back. We'll get more. Pretty much, there's your estimate, too. Now, median estimate was 79. Bloomberg survey was 81, right on the dot. But nonetheless, a little bit of volatility, but pretty much right back in line. We saw a quick spike right to 355 on the dot. This market will take a few minutes to figure out if it wants to move and where it wants to move. But no real reaction yet, as you would expect, pretty much in line. But that doesn't mean a calm market, as we know. Especially
and that's not a big drawdown either. I mean,
no.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Next week might be the real week, folks.
Okay.
You know?
We'll get ready.
Right?
Yeah, hey, I hear you. All this cold weather, everybody using their natural gas, stockpiles getting...
Because later I got to look at this, because I believe that the way that this weather's coming in, it's starting tonight till tomorrow.
We need a TFNN weatherman for this natural gas market.
Totally.
I
like that.
Let's go.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 50. NASDAQ is flat. S&Ps are up 1.5. Natural gas, we get action here, man.
We have action? Yes, we have some action, man. Check that out.
Look at that bar.
I know. So we were sitting at 353 basically, and boom, 5-minute bars. The last 5 minutes, we dropped from 353 down to 347. We're making new lows as we speak. And it would have been about $40 combined, which represents about 4 pennies, right? That we would have needed from 355. So you're talking about 351 becomes your break even to the downside, and this would have been the, this would have been the bearish spread, which right now has $83 of value. So you double your money.
Right.
And if you close that out, just keeping in mind on this type of market, you have exposure on the bullish side, which by noon, you could definitely see that back up to this price level.
Yeah.
Yeah, very definitely.
Just at some point between now and noon.
That's just, it's a free roll, basically. You've already doubled your trade. It just remains an active position, and if it starts getting any value, you can always think about closing it out.
Yeah, now this one's still going to be...
Yep. We just moved 15 minutes into the past. We're still sitting at 353.
And what number was I looking at down? It's going to get interesting. What number is that? 336.
Okay.
That was the 336 is that high volume number. So.
And it jumped down to about 347 right now. So it's got about 11 pennies over 'em.
Oh, let's go look at gas one more time before.
Let's look at gas. Where are we?
Not?
Oh boy.
Natural gas.
We could be anywhere. Sitting basically at 347. We did get down to a low of 345 though. So you're talking about a full 8 pennies in movement we've gotten. And remember, the ones we were looking at were the noons, so you'd still have a full hour just to kind of represent the type of moves we're getting in there.
Gotta love it.
Watch out.
Stay right there, folks. We got Fast Market coming up next. Then, of course, we got our members, Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. Be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.